And welcome to Sports Tom Haven. We got Main Event Sports TV live Old Little Pizza Pub. Make sure you guys come out now. Get you some great wings. Get you some great pizza. We got pulled over. Take me on. You except Maxwell, you can't come because you're a pool shark. I don't know if I want to put your business out on Facebook. On the pool table.
Hey, there you go. Joined by our illustrious guest here. Himself, the man from the Main Event Leadership Academy.
Intern nickname. So you gotta think about that. You know what I'm saying? I need one.
T-Dog.
T-Dog.
Yeah.
Intern. That's what I'm talking about. How you doing this evening, man?
I'm doing good.
Even though y'all wearing that weird, but
best school in America.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like he's already. That's all right. I don't. But we got so much. I know we asked you before. You want to talk about? You excited about? Just leave it to you. Just give me your impressions of what you thought overall round and kind of some of your initial thoughts about what happened.
I think like everybody, like every team improved somewhat. I thought Cleveland, I mean, I don't know, I don't say they got it right, but I guess it looks good for now. Hopefully Baker stops all the antics and stuff. But other than that, I thought everybody really improved. I thought the Jets, I think they improved the most with Sam Darnold for the next at least 5 years. Mm-hmm. He'll be really good. Like
now, let me ask you, because I've heard some people say that drafting Baker Mayfield, they were getting no better. Thank you, Kay. Kay. She does everything. She does the bartending. She brings out this great food. Kay, wave to all the people out there so they see you. So when y'all take care of you, I promise. Thank you, ma'am. And tip well. We don't like people, so get it right. I want to know, like a lot of people, in a year where the Browns had their pick of so many talented quarterbacks that both talented or had the lowest ceiling of all. Some people said, out of the top four. I personally think Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson was not included in that list of the good top quarterbacks. But on the ceiling, do you think that the Cleveland Browns made the right? Everybody knows that they took Baker with the first pick. Then they came back and took the cornerback, right?
Denzel Ward.
Yeah, Denzel Ward with their fourth round pick, with their number 4 pick overall. Some people say they should have taken Saquon Barkley. If they really wanted Baker Mayfield, they could have taken Saquon Barkley number 1, and then Baker Mayfield would have still been there at pick number 4. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's what I would have done. I do mock drafts. I would have taken Saquon Barkley. Like, it was too easy. I would have taken Barkley, and then either the best available quarterback or Darnold at 4. But I thought, I don't know. He can start right away and be all right. But they still have Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
So I guess Mayfield could be mentored behind Tyrod Taylor and wait a year, and then come next year in 2019 he could be better. But I don't think they made the wrong decision with Baker Mayfield. I don't think they did.
What about the decision to go with those guys? I know they went out and got Nick Chubb of Georgia in the second round. Okay, Nick Chubb, he never really reached the potential of what he started out so great as a rookie at Georgia.
Of course they made the right decision. Of course they did. I mean, was easily. Oh, no, I'm not going to say easily. I take that back. I'm not going to say easily. I think Baker Mayfield was, yes, one of the top quarterbacks in the draft. And I actually like him better than Sam Darnold. I liked him better than, I just liked him better than Sam Darnold. Rosen was actually of the non-Lamar Jackson quarterbacks, I like Rosen and Mason Rudolph. Those are my other two picks. But, I don't think it was a wasted pick on my man. So you can improve your offense immediately. He's a great quarterback. Run around, and we all know Cleveland's offensive line is suspect, so it's good to have a guy that is, one, he's the most accurate quarterback in the draft.
Yeah.
Two, he's also the most accurate when scrambling. And with that kind of offensive line, you need to be very accurate while you're scrambling because you're going to do a lot of that. I could see maybe help on the defensive side, so you get an offensive superstar, you get a defensive superstar, and then you come right back in the second round and you get Chubb, and Chubb is I know he's a second running back taken from Georgia, but Chubb's a beast. He's a good, very well between the tackles. He has good downhill speed. He has some wiggles. Very powerful run. I mean, that's a very, very good pickup for the Browns. Now, talking about pickups in the drafts.
I gave you so let me Cleveland, you have one guy. Okay? Go out there and take the best prospect with the guy who actually wins. We talk to draft a few years ago. Baker Mayfield is very Denzel 2.0. Okay, so he's the guy going in the decent quarterback. Dude, you go out there big and strong.
Donald, the man is a turnover machine.
Is potential. So but you in my opinion. So I don't or the general that pick at the second or third. I don't see them taking Baker Mayfield. So if that's the guy you want, so why here's the I'm gonna tell you right away. Deshaun Kaiser from last year.
Mayfield is going to be a bomb.
Mayfield is the number one pick. So you go out here either the best offensive lineman in the draft, or you
quarterback that you want, and then come back. But you know who's going to be there for. Let me finish, but you still get your number one defensive player that you wanted, so you can buy a good defensive guy that you needed, and now you have the quarterback. And you got Tyrod Taylor who he can learn. He can sit behind for maybe a year and back.
I don't need a running back. And to me, if you think that Baker Mayfield is the quarterback that can change your team, and you want him to be the face, and you know you can get him at 4, then you take Saquon Barkley because they don't have. I mean, who was their running back last year?
Here's the thing. Chubb.
Saquon Barkley.
Style make fights, just like in boxing. Styles make, same in football. They fit. Come on, man. Oh God. They fit.
Really?
Trust me.
Really? How many power running plays did Baker Mayfield run his entire career at Oklahoma?
You know what? I'm going to sit back. I'm going to bring up one Warren J. Moon, who played.
Here we go.
My favorite, one of my favorite teams.
What does Warren Moon have to do with Baker Mayfield?
Because he had two of the greatest running backs, Alonzo Highsmith.
Here, just take the microphone.
In Alonzo, here, we'll switch this way. We'll shift. In Alonzo Highsmith, see, you're too young because back in those days, you weren't watching football. Your daddy was still pampering your diapers. You said Similac dripping from your lips. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you, it can work. It's happened before. Houston with the run and shoot. They did it. I'm telling you, man, this was a great pick for the Browns. Now, I'm going to tell you what was horrible was the Dallas Cowboys. My team. I'm going to say it. It was horrible. You had a chance to get Rashad Evans from Alabama as a linebacker. Now, you need a wide receiver. You could have gotten Calvin Ridley, but I understand pass on Calvin Ridley because I'm not really sold on him myself. And it was hard to tell really how good Alabama wide receivers are because like nobody threw them the ball until like the last game the Tua came in the second half national championship game. So like you really don't know how good these guys are going to be until like they're in your system. Just like LSU wide receivers. You don't know how good they're going to be until like you see them in your system because LSU always have like crappy quarterbacks. I digress. The Cowboys go in for the number 1 pick in the draft, or their first round draft pick. They get the linebacker from Boise State. Everything you need: offensive lineman, cornerback, because his secondary was complete trash last year. You needed a good safety. You needed some cornerbacks. You needed a wide receiver.
Chance, what do you think about any of the foolishness that just came out of Brother Harrington's mouth?
I don't know much about the guy from Boise State, but they definitely could have taken some other players.
I agree. I mean, to me, I thought Calvin Ridley was going to be picked.
Yeah, I thought they were going to pick Calvin Ridley or DJ Moore from Maryland.
I mean, to me, you know what the issue is, and this is what the problem is. Is that too many of these GMs watched that NFL draft movie and thought they were gonna like be Kevin Costner and make all these, you know, extra witty moves and trades. Like there were teams trading up to get dudes that they could have got if they would have stayed where they were at. Yeah. Like there were so many teams. I wondered why they were trading up. Somebody traded up to get like I know that the Eagles got the tight end, but there was one of the teams. I don't know if it was the Cardinals that traded up and took like a lineman.
No, it wasn't. Was it the Cardinals?
No, it wasn't the Cardinals.
It was the Saints. Because everybody thought this about this. Everybody knew here comes Lamar Jackson.
That was it.
Lamar Jackson's going to the Saints. They're traded up. Everybody, ESPN.com was like, the Saints are going to pick Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Here comes Lamar Jackson. Here it comes. And all of a sudden it's like the linebacker from USTA.
It's like, what?
Who's he? We gotta find who on this dude. Who is this dude?
You trade up. I mean, that was my thing, man. These cats were like literally just doing anything. Like, they were just trading for no reason. I'm like, what is
the best trade of the draft? And this just lets you know how petty the NFL can be. Petty. The Eagles in the 7th round.
Hey, that
was the very end of the draft. Now, the Cowboys, everything tied in. Jason Witten decides he's going to retire. So the Cowboys are like, okay, we got to get another tight end because our offense is predicated on a tight end. We lost Dez Bryant. Now we lost Jason Witten. So we lost Jason Witten, being like our number one offensive star outside of Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes.
I mean, good Lord, what are we going to do? We need a tight end. Okay, we found this tight end from North Dakota State. We can get him in the 7th round. Get him cheap. Let's do this. The Eagles trade up in the 7th round. They don't even really need a tight end. That's what makes us extra petty.
Not only did we just win the Super Bowl.
Not only win the Super Bowl, we're going to stick it to you. So we traded this one in front of you.
How's a faded Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl t-shirt doing?
Let me finish. They traded one pick in front of the Cowboys. David Akers, University of Louisville's own David Akers, graduate of Tates Creek High School, saunters onto the ring. I said ring because he sounded like Vince McMahon doing a wrestling promo. He comes up there and was like, "How my Cowboys doing?" And of course he gets booed and stuff. And he goes on this rant, this epic WWE Jim Cornette-esque, Vince McMahon-esque rant talking about, I'm just so I can do this. I'm so I can do this. All you Cowboys fans out there, let me tell you, the last time that you guys won a Super Bowl, none of these players were born. And that's why with this draft, the Philadelphia Eagles, your NFC champions, your NFC East champions, your Super Bowl champions, Dallas Gunner from North Dakota State, go on! And throws the mic down and walks off stage.
That's hilarious.
And the Cowboys are like,
it was petty.
But the look on Jerry Jones's face was just like, I hate you. I hate you with everything, with every fiber of my soul. I hate you.
Hey, that's the most smack top 5 kicker since Vander Jab. You remember when Vander Jab went on his rant when he was still kicking for the Colts?
No. Best one. Martin Gramatica for the Buccaneers kicked a game-winning field goal, goes to taunt somebody, jumps up in the air, I think tears his Achilles.
No, that was Billy Gramatica. That was his brother playing for the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
He celebrated too much. Every time he celebrated, tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Celebrated.
But to me, that David Akers moment was that was the best moment of the draft, hands down.
But it was rough. I mean, watching, and of course we get to this point, and then we finally talk about the man that had the most interest around here, Lamar Jackson. And we saw so many teams, like you said, trade up. We saw the Saints trade up. We saw the Buffalo Bills trade up. We saw Arizona Cardinals trade up. So many teams that people thought, okay, this is going to be the part where Lamar Jackson is going to be taken.
You thought New England, they didn't take him. All right, okay. Pittsburgh, I thought I almost knew for sure that, he's going to Pittsburgh. He went to Pittsburgh 4 times. He met Omar Epps. They're going to take him to replace Big Ben Roethlisberger.
And they took a safety.
Pitt did not draft a quarterback.
They drafted a safety.
So
then they probably could have got the 2nd round.
Yes. So he does go to Pitt. New England comes back around.
No. Jacksonville was right after the Steelers.
That's okay. Jacksonville can replace Blake Bortles. This will get them to the Super Bowl. This will put them over the top.
They passed him.
Rather than draft, at least, we're not going to draft Lamar Jackson, Jacksonville. That's fine. That's fine. I get that. Okay. But you need help on offense. You already have one of the number 1 defenses in the NFL.
They drafted a backup defensive tackle, a guy who's going to be 3rd or 4th string on the depth chart.
It's what are you doing? What's going on here? The Lamar just keeps falling.
And then gets passed by New England again.
Who takes, of all things, a running back, a very good running back, but they take a running back. So I'm like, okay, this is the draft. The draft has been great. There's been a lot of ups and downs. A lot of people drafted and expect to get drafted. Josh Rosen goes on his epic rant because he's mad because he's like the 4th quarterback taken. He thought he should be taken higher.
They said, what did you think about being the 10th pick? That means there was 9 mistakes in front of me. that was classic.
It was classic. So then, just like when Teddy Bridgewater was coming up, get your last pick of the draft. The Eagles didn't want the first-round pick anyway, so they were trying to trade all night long. At the very last second, that trade comes in. Baltimore trades up, and just like with Teddy Bridgewater, a last-second trade, the very last pick of the draft, Lamar gets drafted to the Ravens. Now, about Lamar to the Ravens, it's going to be interesting because right now the Ravens are in the process of retooling their offense. The Ravens want to go with what they call the future of the NFL, which is basically what the college has been doing for like 12 years now, which is your run-pass option from your quarterback position.
Yes.
That's why they went out and they got RG3.
Yeah, Marty Morningwig is apparently one of the guys who's been instrumental in kind of bringing that style to the NFL.
And for those that don't know, Marty Morningwig, he was Colin Kaepernick's offensive coordinator.
That's right. He was.
They went to the Super Bowl with the 49ers. So he has experience with running style quarterbacks and fitting that type of player into the NFL system. He's been successful before at the 49ers. They brought in RG3. Now they have Lamar Jackson. So I expect RG3 to actually mentor Lamar Jackson and probably see Lamar in the field maybe mid to late season, if not the following season after that, because Flacco still has some legs left in him, but this is the last year on Flacco's contract.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is the last year of his deal. To me, I personally think it was the perfect fit. Because Lamar Jackson's going to be able to go to a place where he doesn't have to come in and play right away. You have a team that does have some decent offensive line. The Ravens don't have the best line. They don't have the worst line. But it's okay. It's not like a Tim Couch situation going to Cleveland. So, I mean, he's got a place where he can learn. You have a quarterback that's gone to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
Won a Super Bowl. So, you have some experience there. But you have a team that wanted him. And, just like Teddy Bridgewater, with the team trading up, with the Vikings trading up to take Teddy Bridgewater, you knew that was a team that wanted him. And I really feel like that meant something to Lamar. Apparently, he was like Instagramming live, like everything that was going on in the draft.
It was. Everything's Instagram live, but
he was so mad when they drafted
him and Josh Rosen.
He was so mad.
Him and Josh Rosen, you could tell these were the two most heated dudes of the draft, because usually when you talk to Lamar, he's even keel, he's happy-go-lucky, he's smiling, he's winking at you, he's being goofy. No, they look at him, he's like, so Lamar, what do you think about? Almost once again, he almost, you could tell that he wanted to do like that.
He didn't even answer the question.
But you could tell he wanted to do like that WWE. Let me tell you something, man. For all those guys who passed me in the draft, it's coming to you. I'm right now with the Ravens, Browns, Cincinnati, Baker Mayfield.
Hey, I'm telling you, if I'm Joe Flacco, you better watch your job this year. But I'm telling you, Lamar is coming.
But he was so mad. He was like, he's trying to say the right thing, but he's like, yeah. So I'm happy to be drafted. I'm gonna tell you this though, I'm gonna win me a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was like, I'm happy to be a Raven. I'm happy to be a Raven. Yeah, everybody who passed on me, just know I'm happy to be a Raven. I'm coming for all y'all.
And I'm winning the Super Bowl.
He was so, I've never seen Lamar that angry.
He was mad.
He was very angry.
Him and Rosen, I'm saying, not to go back once again to WWE reference, these guys like the perfect tag team.
and then it was just funny because Deion Sanders asked him, what could you have done differently to get picked higher?
Nothing.
And he said nothing. I did everything that I needed to do. Everybody just had in there. This, to me, and I've seen it more and more, as you had, some GMs either in the NFL, the NBA, and all the pro sports, you have those kind of wonder kids that just get really good at drafting. So then everybody tries to mock this and tries to become really smart and kind of throw everybody off.
It's a copycat league.
I really think there were so many teams that overthought things and did more than what needed to be done that it was absolutely unbelievable.
It happens every year, but that's one of the great things about the draft. And this year's first-round draft was awesome. That seventh-round rant by David Akers was classic. But to kind of give a recap, then we had Jair Alexander, as we all predicted. We all said that he was going to go before Lamar Jackson.
Never buy that jersey. I love you, Jair. You will never see me in a Green Bay Packers jersey ever in life.
And he gets to be coached by former Louisville coach Joe Witt Jr.
That's right.
So that's a great thing. You got the second round of the draft, as we all predicted. Joe Christensen went.
That was
the second
awesome.
round of the draft, I believe, to the LA Rams.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. And then
The Rams also picked up an undrafted free agent, Chucky Williams, by the way.
Yes, and they also picked up Hearns in the seventh round. I think Hearns went as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 4 Cardinals drafted in the draft. No Kentucky players, no IU players. No surprise.
Kentucky, the only team in the SEC that did not have a draft pick. Oh, Kentucky football.
So then at the end, you had your undrafted free agents. So like that's when most of the other Cardinals got picked up. Drew got picked up. Stansberg got picked up.
Reggie Bonifant went to the Falcons?
No. That's what I want to talk to. That's what I'm talking about. Reggie Bonifant went to the Panthers.
Panthers. I knew it was some team.
Which, man, that sucks for Reggie Bonifant.
You think so?
Yes, because, see, Reggie is a tweener. Reggie is like the jack of all trades. Unfortunately, he's like the master of none. He plays running back. He's an okay running back. He plays wide receiver, but he's above average wide receiver. And he can play quarterback, and he's probably about an average, for NFL, below average quarterback. And he can do kickoff returns. The problem is, if they put him at running back, he has to compete with McCaffrey, who they drafted last year.
Yeah.
Who's just as athletic, but a much better running back.
Well,
as a pure runner.
I think that what you see with the Carolina Panthers, and one of the reasons why I think they were interested in Reggie is because they're trying to go to more of this kind of, West Coast style where the running backs do a lot of receiving, and with McCaffrey, he does that. Reggie Bonifant has abilities as both a runner and as a receiver. I think that's what they're trying to focus on, is trying to have those hybrid backs.
Yeah, they drafted Curtis Samuel too. He was at Ohio State. He was an H-back.
Yes.
And he could play running back and receiver.
Yeah, I like Samuel. He's good.
Yeah,
He's a beast.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, I kind of, for Reggie,
But see, it's good though because
that's
you got
a competition.
If you look at it though, I think one of the reasons why they like these guys is because you can split a lot of these guys out and start them in the backfield and then kind of take them out into the receiver. So Samuel was excellent with that at Ohio State.
And that's exactly what you want to do. But like I said, what's going to happen with Reggie is that McCaffrey and Samuels, they're better running backs than Reggie was, and that's going to be kind of a big factor. Can he? How well does he hit the hole? Once he gets to holes, he kind of shifty. Because last year we saw him run for U of L. He does great with kind of run the hole, but as that instinctive type of runner, sometimes it's just not there.
Yeah, I mean he came on strong at the end of the season, but it was just like everything else. It's like Reggie could do a lot of things, but he never got to play any one spot long enough
to be good at it.
And it sucked for him. It took him a while to figure out running back because he played wide receiver in college, or in high school. He was okay playing wide receiver and pretty much acclimated pretty early. But unfortunately for him, he was playing in a year where Lamar Jackson had no idea what the forward pass was. So by the time he got that position kind of figured out, then lo and behold, he becomes a running back and played his last 2 years at running back at Louisville. First year,
last year they switched to wide receiver.
Well, no, he played 2 years of running back.
I don't play quarterback.
No, he did quarterback his first year.
And once again, that's
wide receiver second year, running back his last 2 years.
And
he was actually a wide receiver at the beginning of the year, and then moved to running back second half of the year.
Everybody got hurt.
Yeah, Exactly. So I mean,
and that's what
that's the issue.
Yeah,
Is that- but the thing about Reggie is at least he's athletic. He's big, he's strong, he's fast.
He has a
like,
fighting chance.
like I've told you, I think because he is such a great athlete, some people see a 6'2" and a half frame, a guy who's running a 4.3 40. We'll figure out somewhere to get him. He's got good hands. He's student in the game. We just got to figure out where he works best at. So I do think that he will stick, somewhere. I don't know if it'll be starting out on the practice squad and then making it second half of the year. I don't know if he'll start, with the senior roster early and come in for the veteran camp in the fall. I don't really know, but I do think he'll make it.
it's going to be probably
Practice squad?
practice squad.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be practice squad, and hopefully next year he can catch on with the team.
Because you know who that sounds a lot like, and I know he played at wide receiver the whole time. Eli Rogers was a guy who a lot of people didn't really pay attention to. Eli was always a great athlete, but his numbers were only kind of hot and cold at Louisville, and then of course he gets hurt as a rookie with the Steelers and ends up, exploding onto the scene, becomes a starter. And I think that Reggie, what the Panthers see in him is kind of that raw athleticism, but we got to figure out how to bring it out of him.
So now, before we wrap this up, one last thing. What do you guys think about Teddy Bridgewater's career going forward? He goes to the Jets. The Jets have 5 quarterbacks on the roster. So come the season, they're just going to carry maybe 3.
Well, apparently, and this is just from what I've heard, is that there was Teddy Bridgewater had it signed into his contract that the Jets, if they took a quarterback in the first round, could be released and they would have to pay him $500,000. So apparently he had verbiage in his contract that they signed the day before they made a trade, signing in that they were basically going to give $500,000 to Teddy Bridgewater if they went and got a quarterback. And then they went and made a trade to move up to get a quarterback. Once again, kind of going into this whole thing about GMs not really knowing what they want to do, because if you know you're going to make this deal, why in the world would you sign in that type of verbiage and just basically burn money?
One, they have money to burn. 2, I think it's more of their indictment on Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't think so, because you literally have no reason to do that.
Let me finish. When I say indictment, I mean not indictment. He's not a good player. I think there's still some questions, even maybe amongst some of the Jets owners, as to how well will he come back from that injury.
I mean, he played in a game. He played in a game. Only reason he didn't play is because the Vikings were winning games. But he had been given a clean bill of health. And to me,
you know what? That's all true. But
to me, I don't think the Jets know what they want to do. I don't think that most of these teams. I mean, people just give these football people too much credit. I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of these dudes is idiots. Like, your job, I know everybody wants to act like to be able to do what you do in the football front office, that you got to just be the smartest dude now. They're making dumb moves. That was a dumb move. Like, this is not even on the Teddy Bridgewater side, but why in the world would you put that type of verbiage into somebody's contract and then literally make a trade to go get a quarterback the next day? I don't think the Jets know what they want to do. They found an opportunity to make a trade to move up. They went with it. But if that's going to be the case, then you hold off. Let's hold off, I don't know, one day to make that move with Teddy Bridgewater.
Apparently, they think that Sam Darnold with the future, they're going to have at least 5 quarterbacks competing in camp.
We'll see Teddy. I've heard that Teddy may not. I think Teddy is going to push to try to get that severance package and then try to get to a better situation. So don't be surprised if you see that happen.
I wouldn't be surprised either, because that seems like the move, because he got 5 quarterbacks.
But that was a smart move on his part.
It was a smart move, because he knows that from when he got there, they already had 4 quarterbacks. So you already know it's at least 1 or 2 guys are gone. So training camp is going to be really rough, because you just have those couple of weeks to prove yourself. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Teddy. He's still a great talent. Hopefully he can stay healthy for at least a couple more years to actually prove that talent on the field and get that shot.
And I know we're about to get Terrence's thoughts on this, but I do want to let you know that Thomas Chandler said, "Hey, Haven, that's my little cousin. Awesome to see him up there." So he said, "What's up?" So I had to let you know.
It's my big cousin.
So what do you think about the whole Teddy Bridgewater?
I think the Jets do know what they're doing. They're just going to start Darnold. He'll be good for a decade. So, but the contract thing does sound dumb. I guess time will tell, because didn't they sign Josh McCown too?
Yes, they brought
Yeah,
back
so-
McCown. I mean, they're kind of just all over the place.
Yeah. I don't think McCown's better than Darnold. I don't think McCown's better than Teddy. Just what Teddy is, that injury was pretty bad, so
Yeah.
he needs to be physically ready, and then it takes a toll on your mental health too. So
That's that's my thing. Is that I think that we can go back and look at Brian Brown, and I think that the fact that the Green Bay Packers, it was a similar situation where the Packers have all these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They have Aaron Rodgers. They bring in, they draft Brown, but then they also draft a quarterback out of LSU, and they got all these guys on the roster, and Brian, for whatever reason, could never really get ahead of the other guy that they drafted, whose name escapes me, but he could never get there, and it just seemed like he never got a shot after that. And we've seen some of these Louisville quarterbacks kind of go through that. Chris Redman had a similar situation with the Ravens, where it was just never the right situation for him to get the opportunity. Dave Ragone, the same thing. So, to me, Haven, that's kind of my hope, is that Teddy Bridgewater, if he is able to get the out, take the money, and then get into a situation where you're going to have an opportunity to at least show what you got.
Hey, that's true. Hey, you know what? I want you guys to tune in every Saturday to Main Event Sports Show at WLOU 104.7 FM, and also go to maineventsports101.com. And while you're there, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please follow my man on Twitter over here, Mr. Thomas Chandler. Will provide his information below, so you can follow him on Twitter. And like I said, go to the website, subscribe to everything we do, because we want to hear from you. And if you disagree with anything that we said, you want to add to it, hey, please add in the comments below. We will talk back with you. And hey, you may be right. You never know. Maybe we can miss some things. So tell us who you thought was the best deal in the draft. How did your team do in the draft? Now, my Cowboys suck, so I don't know how your team did. The Raiders were all right. They were just okay.
Packers did excellent.
Packers did do excellent. Packers balled. I give them credit. So, hey, let us know in the comments below how your team did, who you thought was the best pick in the draft, who you thought was worst pick in the draft. And stay tuned.